Worship becomes important when you are caught in having to make a decision that you don't want to make, and you've made the decision and come to the conclusion that you got to do what you don't want to do. Worship is important because it is in worship where you remind yourself of who God is and what God has done and what God has said. Now that's important because y'all, Abraham's got to be confused. I mean, would God snatch the promise from me? He's got to be confused. Why would God ask him to do such a difficult thing? I mean, he's got to be confused. What am I going to do? How am I going to tell his mama? Because she ain't in text, but I guarantee you she in the story. What? I mean, his mama laughed at me when she heard what God told me. I don't feel like hearing his mama say, you stood or stuck with Ishmael. I don't feel like hearing his mama say, I told you so. I don't feel like hearing his mama say, you mean I went through 9 months of hell and then you gonna kill my boy? Is God crazy? Y'all laughing, but let's lay down on the couch and be honest. God has whispered some stuff to you. And you said, God, I ain't trying to be irreverent, but are you crazy? Come on, let's lay on the couch for a minute. There's some stuff God asked you to do. And you have to say, God, really? Can't nothing but worship and reminding yourself of who God is quiet you in the moments of confusion. Because watch what happens. He says, y'all stay here. We're going to worship and we will be back. I thought I had a praying church. It is obvious that he has thought through this thing to the conclusion that God ain't letting it go down like this. So he says, y'all stay here. I'm taking this boy up here where I'm supposed to kill him. But God help me preach this here. Can I tell you, if you're writing, your faith is the answer to the confusion in your life. God, I just want to help somebody this morning. That's all I want to do. Your faith is the answer, God help me today, to the confusion in your, he was confused about what God is putting him through. He is confused about what he should do. But in the midst of asking the questions about his confusion, he comes up with an answer. I don't know what God's gonna do, but I know he's gonna do something. God help me in here. He said, we'll be back. I don't know how God's going to do it. I don't know how God's going to fix it, but I got enough faith to believe that he's going to do something. See, every now and then, your faith ain't got to be all deep. You ain't got to be all profound. You just got to have enough faith to say, I don't know how God's going to fix this, but I know he's going to do something. I don't know how God's going to turn this around, but I know he's going to do something. I don't know how he's going to make a way, but I know he's going to do something. The old church used to put it this way: the Lord will make a way. Help me preach somehow. Would you encourage your neighbor real quick and look him in the face? I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what God's going to do, but tell him, be encouraged that God's going to do something. I don't know going to do. Sometimes you just got to rejoice over that. And folks say, what you shouting about? You got the job? No. What you shouting about? You got the money you need? No. Then why you shouting? Because I know he's going to do something. And so I ain't going to wait till he does it to shout. I'm going to shout over the fact that I got enough faith to believe that he's going to do. Y'all better not push me. I need about 77 of y'all who can say, I ain't got the answer yet, but I know this much. God is going to do. He's going to fix it somehow. He's going to heal it somehow. He's going to turn it around somehow. He's going to make a way somehow. He's going to open a door somehow. Oh my God. See, he, oh my God. Just look at your neighbor, tell him he's going to do something. He's going to do something. He's going to do something. See, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Y'all sit down, I'm just talking. Here it is. He has thought through this thing and come to the conclusion that he's going to trust in the power of God. Oh my God. Watch this. This is going to bless you. Here's the conclusion he reaches. This is going to mess you up. He's come to the conclusion, Abraham's come to the conclusion that he knows God's going to do something because his limits aren't God's limits. I thought I had a shout in church. Just because I got limits, don't project my limits on God. God ain't got my limits. I'm trying to help somebody. That ought to bless you, because when you get to the point where you can't take anymore, remember, don't ever forget, God is never stressed and he ain't never overextended. I wish I had somebody. And if he never sleeps nor slumbers, ain't no sense in me staying up all night worrying about it. God's got it all under control. I wish you'd shake your neighbor's hand and tell him, you better get a good night's sleep. He never sleeps nor slumbers. And just in case that ain't enough for you, the old mother said all night, he's got angels watching over me. I just wish you would encourage somebody and tell them your limits are not God's limits. That was the wrong neighbor. Tell somebody else, your limits are not God's limits. Yes, he's still in control, which means I'm just going to rest in the fact that he's going to do something. See, some of us have problems trusting God and being obedient to crazy commands because we never reach the right answers to the confusing questions. The confusing question, why would God make me keep tithing and I can't pay my bills? Yeah, I'm coming for you now. That's an awfully confusing question. I can't even pay my bills. And you telling me to bring God to tithe? But when you reach the right answer, that God is able, and he'll keep you and provide for you when you put him first. You'll put your confusion behind and do what I wish I had some tithers in here who could say, I couldn't afford it, I thought. But when I did it anyhow, God started blessing me and keeping me and making ways for me. You got to give the right answer to your confusion. And the right answer is God is still in control. And God has still got power. And I don't know why God allowed it, but I do know that God can fix it. Now here's your part. Y'all stay here. We're going to worship. We'll be back. You got to trust that God can do something even if you've never seen him do it before. God ain't raised nobody from the dead yet. I wish I had a praying church. Hey, hey, ain't nobody been raised from no dead. Abraham ain't never seen God do this. Woo. See, when your faith is mature, you'll even trust God to do what you ain't never seen him do. God, I wish I had a praying church that's got some real faith in here today. When your faith is deep enough, you'll believe God for some stuff that you ain't never seen God perform before, because you know he's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you could ask or think. Look at Abraham. He ain't got nobody to testify to him about the resurrection power of God. He has no witnesses. Watch this. He has no witnesses. He has no testimony except his own. What you mean, preacher? He's already been a witness to the possibilitizing power of God in an impossible situation. His wife was old. He was old. Y'all ain't helping me. She was barren. Wasn't no pills around for him to take. And God made a way for them to have a child out of an impossible situation. So I ain't seen God do this before, but I done seen him do enough to know that he's able to do anything. See, every now and then you got to be your own witness. You got to be your own testimony. If ain't nobody else around to tell you, you got to look back over your own life and see what the Lord's already done for you. And is there anybody in here who can say, I've got enough experience with God to know that God specializes in doing what seems impossible? Do I have about 60 of y'all who can say, I ain't never seen him do that, but I got enough faith to pray he can do it, because I've seen him do some other stuff that nobody thought he could do? Would you shake your neighbor's hand real quick and tell him he can do it, because I've seen him do some stuff? Look at somebody else and tell him, think about your own life. Think about the times when you couldn't get out and he made a way. Think about the times you were sick and he healed your body. Think about the times you were addicted and he took the taste out your mouth. Think about the abuse you went through and he rescued you from it. Think about the times you couldn't pay your bills, but you had food for your family. And he's the same God that did all of that. And if he did all of that, he can do this right. So I'm done. So here's your conclusion. If I know God can fix it, if I know God can handle it, God, I feel myself getting happy. If I know God's gonna fix this thing, here's my conclusion. Abraham said, we will be back. Would you look at your neighbor real quick? You're going to talk to them, but you're going to shout yourself. Look at your neighbor real quick and tell your neighbor, neighbor, I'm going through some stuff, but because I trust God, I'm coming back. This ain't the end of me. My life ain't ending like this. I'm coming back from this. I wish I had somebody who ain't ashamed today to stand on your feet and say, I'm coming back from this. I've been struggling for a minute, but I'm coming back from this. It's been a rough time, but I'm coming back from this. I've had a rough season, but I'm coming back from this. Shake your neighbor's hand and tell your neighbor, neighbor, oh neighbor, you can come back from this. You can bounce back from this, because I serve a God who specializes in comebacks. I said I serve a God who specializes in comebacks. How do you know, preacher? Because they took his son to the cross of Calvary. They thought his life was over. They hung him high and they stretched him wide. He hung his head in the locks of his shoulders. He died all night Friday. He died all day Saturday.